Yo, YouTube. So this is the trade we took today. So yeah, I'll just go over the trade real quick. So we were bullish on the weekly, daily, kind of bullish when we had this black candle, bearish candle. But 4 hour we were a little bit iffy on the lower time frames. We were a little bit like in between. Like 1 hour broke structure, so we had this higher low created. We broke the higher low, pushed down lower. But 4 hour, we never created a higher low. The only higher low was here. Boom. And we didn't tap into that. We also had this daily pivot. I've been starting to use this. I don't really use it as like a main confluence. I just kind of like, if I see it, I'll mark it, and price usually does like to reach into there. So we created this daily pivot. So a bearish candle, then a positive. So that's a daily pivot, a bullish daily pivot. And then as you can see, boom, we tapped into this daily pivot and pushed up. So I was hoping for a push down either to this fair value gap, this 4 hour fair value gap, / 1 hour fair value gap, or this daily pivot, or liquidity, sell side liquidity. But we didn't. We got a tap into this 4 hour fair value gap / 1 hour fair value gap. So you can see here, kind of in here, 1 hour, 4 hour, somewhere around there. But I was basically looking for buys, of course, since I was bullish. So boom, we came into this 4 hour once, came again twice. We broke structure, not technically, but we broke structure out of this 15-minute fair value gap. So boom, broke above there. We were retesting this 15-minute fair value gap here, this other 15-minute fair value gap. So I was basically looking for a push down lower. So we had this 15-minute fair value gap created here. So 15-minute fair value gap, kind of, it was a bearish candle, but you can kind of count it as a 15-minute fair value gap. We also had a 5-minute fair value gap in here. So boom, 5-minute fair value gap there. And also another 5-minute fair value gap here. So boom. So I was basically looking for buys out of here. So then price pushed in here, pushed, boom, 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 boom. Pushed into this 5-minute fair value gap / 1 minute fair value gap, counting this one, but mainly just a 5-minute. We pushed in here, we wicked out, and then we came back up. I was basically looking for a break out of this fair value gap, this bearish fair value gap here. Boom. So bearish fair value gap, I was waiting for a break. So I entered kind of up here. It was a little bit lower. I feel it was a little bit lower, somewhere down here. And yeah, I had my stops below the 4 hour fair value gap. So below here, 7.4. And yeah, we got stopped out. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not really too mad about it, just because bias was correct. It hit our TPs. Our TPs were equilibrium. Well, it hasn't hit equilibrium, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna hit it. No doubt it doesn't. So boom, high to the low equilibrium, and also I think it was hourly. Yeah, just these hourly lower highs, I guess, count like up here, kind of like somewhere. I was gonna take profit somewhere around this area, or even down here, because that would have been a good risk to reward there, almost a 2-to-1. And I mean, I really don't know what I could have done better. I maybe could have de-risked and had a looser stop, maybe. But then again, I mean, it just didn't play out. I'm not really too mad about it. It's just whatever. But yeah, I mean, we broke past the low, so that's where I got stopped out. So boom, broke past this low, and I was just like, oh no, this thing is gonna continue lower. Even though we did find support, I guess you could say. But yeah, that's basically it. Tomorrow, I may be keen on trading. It just depends how CPI affects, because it's early in the morning. It's at 8:30. So if we have a big expansion and move up, I'll definitely be hesitant, de-risk. But if CPI comes and it's just like a little wick, like I'm not really too mad about it, I would probably just end up trading. But yeah, peace.